Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today our topic is Indus Dancing Girl. Indus Dancing Girl is title of the lesson, class 5th, English. Indus Dancing Girl is a prehistoric bronze sculpture made in lost wax in the Indus Valley civilization of Mohenjo-daro, which was one of the earliest cities of Indus. Start off, what's art? First question in startup is what's art? Art. We have different arts. Art is often considered before going through this lesson, we need to learn, we need to know some different things like art, simile, metaphors. First of all, what an art is. Art is often considered the process or product of deliberately arranging elements in a way that appeals to the senses or emotions. It encompasses a diverse range of human activities, including music. It always contains expression including music, like literature, film, sculpture, and paintings. Okay. Now, third one is what's direct and indirect. Sorry, second one is name some types of art that you know about. We know about the arts like literature, we know something about music, we all know about films, sculpture, and paintings. Right? Now, third one is what's direct and indirect speech. When I have already told you, I have already taught you what direct and indirect speech means. Direct means the actual words of a speaker. Direct is direct speech. Actual words of speaker, spoken by him or her. What direct speech means? It is speech that we use directly. For example, I am saying something to someone. If I say to somebody that I eat food, it is direct speech because I myself is doer of action, and I myself is speaking about the action. It is direct speech. Direct speech means actual words of a speaker. Indirect means indirect speech when same words are passed on passed on by some other person. When some words are passed on by some other person, like direct, I eat food, it will get changed into he eats food. I eat food, or he eats, I am saying he eats food. If the same will pass on, we will convert it into indirect. By converting it into indirect, we had to say that he ate food. I eat food. If I'm saying I eat food, if the same words are passed to some other person, second person will say that he eats food. Okay, right? Now, third question is, what is difference between a simile and a metaphor? They are figures of speech used by almost used by poets. Simile is a figure of speech. It is used by almost it is used by poets to compare to different to unidentical things having same qualities but indirectly. For example, I'll say she is like a rose. She is as beautiful as rose. I used here word like and as. As and like, they show simile because here I am comparing to different to unidentical things in a uh, having same qualities. I'm comparing the qualities of two identical things, but indirectly I'm using here word as and like. In that case, when we use as and like, that time it's simile. And if we will say the same thing, she is a rose, that time I am comparing a girl to a rose. That time I am comparing it these two different things, these two unidentical things directly, that I compress that she is a rose. Similarly, a figure of speech involving the comparison of one thing with the other thing of different kind, used to make a description more emphatic or vivid, but indirectly. Or we can say it's a figure of speech, or we can say it is a poetic device used by poets to compare two unidentical things having same qualities, but we use indirect method in this. I am comparing here two. One is zuhur, two different things, zuhur and lion. But what lion symbolizes? It symbolizes bravery. Lion symbolizes strength or power. Zuhur here, if zuhur is brave, he is strong, he is powerful. That's why I am comparing zuhur with lion, but in indirect method, right? Or I can say she is like a rose. She is like a rose. I'm comparing a girl with a rose. Rose symbolizes beauty. She too is beautiful. I'm comparing these two things indirectly, showing that two things have same qualities. She is beautiful. Rose symbolizes beauty, and I'm in Urdu we can say tashbih. I'm making the comparison between a girl and a rose, but indirectly. Okay, right? Now, what's metaphor? Okay, there is a little bit difference between simile and metaphor. Metaphor is same thing. It is also a comparison between two unidentical things having same qualities, but here we use direct method. Metaphor, in metaphor, it's a poetic device used to describe, used to compare, or to have a comparison of two unidentical things having same qualities. Okay, but here we use direct method, but directly. There is no difference in their definitions. Definitions are same, but method is to some, it is It is different. In a simile we use direct indirect method, and in metaphor we use direct method. Example: Zuhur is a lion, she is a rose. Here I am giving emphasis that Zuhur is a lion. In simile, the same example I had quoted here, Zuhur is like a lion. In metaphor, I write here, Zuhur is a lion. What is difference between these two sentences? Zuhur is like a lion, Zuhur is a lion. Zuhur is like a lion, here I am giving comparison indirectly, but in this Zuhur is a lion, I am emphasizing, I am pressing on it that Zuhur is a lion. Second sentence was she is like a rose. Here I have used she is a rose. Here I am giving emphasis on this sentence. I am giving emphasis that she is a rose. That no, she is beautiful. She is beautiful. I am pressing on it. Right? Okay. Clear? Now let's come to lesson. Once upon a time, two artists, Sujay and Ajay, were restoring. What does restoring mean? Restore means bring back, or we can say re-establish. Two artists, they were restoring a rock temple. We all know what temple is. Ajay asked him, do you know about the Indus dancing girl? Who is Indus dancing girl? I have already told you at first that Indus dancing girl, it's a prehistoric bronze sculpture made in Las Vegas, costing about 2,300 to 1750 BC in the Indus Valley civilization of Mohenjo-daro, which was one of the earliest cities in Indus. Right? Okay. They were discussing. Sujay was telling Ajay about his experiences, about the ways how he re-established, how he restored different different temples, and he was telling him about the place he had visited and had done the restoration of temples. Ajay asked him, do you know about the Indus dancing girl? Sujay replied, no, can you tell me something about it? Okay, he denied that he did not know, so please tell me about it. Ajay said, sure. It is one of the rarest. What do you mean by rare? Rare means not occurring often. That does not occur often, right? So, this Indus dancing girl, it is one of the rarest artifacts. Artifacts, what do you mean by artifacts? Artifact is an object made by human beings, typically one of about culture or historical interest. It is of historical interest or of cultural interest, right? As I said, sure, it is one of the rarest artifacts in the world. It is antique. It's antique and show the lifestyle, taste and culture excellence of the people that lived 5 millennium ago. Millennium, here the writer has used millennium word. Millennium means 1,000 years. It's used, it shows 1,000 years. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.